Not at all. First of all, when you take over a program that's in disarray, year 3 is generally the year. Now, Bob Stoops won in his first year, and Urban's been a guy that can win quickly. Parcells, that's very much the outlier.
You mean all the guys he's being compared to?
No, not all the guys. Saban, by the way, took 3 years at LSU and 3 years at Bama, and what Saban did is what Harbaugh did. Nick takes it over. The record's better. They still lose a bunch of games, but the losses, they get real close. He's lost 6 games at Michigan. 5 are one possession. I was at the first. You were at the first. It's all working. It is all working. And by the way, go look at their schedule. They're going to be 10-1, or when they play Wisconsin, they're either going to be undefeated or they're going to have one loss, maybe to Penn State.
No, Mr. Collins.
Listen, the love affair doesn't go too far. This guy's a great football coach, period. And I'm not saying just college. This guy's a great football coach. It happened at San Diego. It happened at Stanford. Stanford was a winless team. He took them, and all of a sudden they're in the Orange Bowl while he's leaving to go to San Francisco. San Francisco perpetually inept for a while, 5-6 years before Harbaugh gets there. About a decade after the great run, and they were just okay. He comes in there, boom.
And he
NFC
leaves,
championship
they
game,
go into
NFC
the tank.
championship game, NFC championship game. They leave, he goes in the tank. He gets to Michigan. I have a big argument with my friend Cowherd right before that Utah game about when are they going to be a top 10 team. He's like, 3 years. He stuck with his 3 year. I'll give him that. What did I say that night?
You said before then.
I said October of that year. I said this year they'll be a top 10 team, which they absolutely were. Why? Because he's a great football coach.
First of all, you resent that he's in the off season. You know, it's the Vatican.
The spectacle.
By the way, John Calipari is he is the biggest salesman in college sports. Remember, in college sports, the player selects you.
Yeah.
You've got to be a salesman. In the NFL, I just draft guys. You got to sell yourself.
What he does is makes players better. That's one thing that Jim does. Wherever he goes, he makes the player better. You mentioned USD. I talked to him while he was there. At Stanford, at 49ers, he's doing it at Michigan. He makes players better. I disagree on one thing. When the coach is in the middle of it, just like when a player is in the middle of it, you can't start. You have to win. He's a good coach. He's not a great coach because the great coaches, I'm with you on that. He's got to get them to the championship. He has to win the titles. He has to get over that hump to where you can start talking about his greatness. He's great at motivating players. He's great at making individuals better.
Not good, great.
He's great at raising the level of the locker room and guys reaching their potential. He is great at that. But being the overall great head coach, you got to win it all.
Let me ask this as we got Joy. Has he done more in the Big Ten than James Franklin?
Yes, absolutely. And in their first 3 years, James was just okay for the first couple of years.
He beat him by 30 last year.
I mean,
James Franklin not just win his division?
Has he beat Jim Harbaugh?
Never.
I'm sorry.
Has he finished higher in the conference than Jim Harbaugh?
Did I miss that?
Isn't that what it's about? Oh, the standings don't matter.
Harbaugh's never lost to Franklin.
Last
year, the game was a blowout. Last year, the game was a blowout.
I'm just telling you. I mean, two
the
years
guy
ago,
has a 5'2" quarterback and took him to the Big Ten championship game, and some.
Jim Harbaugh in his first year took a transfer from Iowa who couldn't beat out C.J. Beathard, named Jake Rudock, and he took them to 10 wins.
And could have won 13.
And drilled Florida. Drilled Florida.
If Penn State was coming off Brady Hoke's recruiting rather than the Joe Paterno death penalty they were coming off of, and y'all trying to tell me Harbaugh's done more than James Franklin?
You know what? You know what this sounds like?
What?
That Brady Hoke sent you a text last night.
No, it sounds like Penn State
Why are you
was
so
devastated.
mad at Jim Harbaugh?
I know, it's weird.
Because y'all overhype him. He's like Odell Beckham Jr. Y'all overhype him. Y'all want to crown people before they've won anything.
I'm not trying to crown
I'm not overhyping him. Like I said, I took the great out of it. But I'm just saying, you look at what he does with the players he's given. They always tend to rise everywhere he's gone. So from that aspect, from his teaching and coaching, you got to say he's great on that aspect.
He left Michigan, or he left San Francisco. They went from Super Bowl contender to arguably the worst team in the league, not named Cleveland, in an hour. I mean, he's a good coach.
Back-to-back
Oh,
years.
now he's a good coach. Thank you. I won the debate.
A drop
Thank you.
punt snap and a bad spot away from being in back-to-back playoffs.
They did get cheated by Ohio State.
telling you.
I agree with that. All right, make sure to check out Joel Klatt's top 5 quarterbacks in college football. A Southern California quarterback is shockingly left off his top 5. Find it at foxsports.com and on social at CFB on Fox.